Hey, and welcome back. I'm the faerie-tempest, and we are in the 1880s. So all the rules from the 1870s are still going to apply to this decade with a couple of changes. So the new rules for the 1880s are that children can no longer quit school, and there is a new career for men in education. This is because in 1881, Booker T. Washington became the principal of the Tuskegee Institute, which was established in Alabama, and it was a normal college. So it was a place for black students to train to be teachers and also to learn sort of industrial labor skills. That was one of the major values of Booker T. Washington. And by the way, when he got this position, he was only 25 years old. So that doesn't make me feel inadequate at all. It's fine. So as you can tell, there's not a lot going on in terms of rules this decade. I may add in a few things here and there to commemorate certain people or events from this decade. So we'll have plenty to talk about and learn together. As a reminder, we are still going to do dice rolls for illness and pregnancy. So as a quick refresher, in the 1870s, we have this roll the dice section. And I added these in because, maternity rates and maternal mortality rates and infant mortality rates were actually very high back in the day, especially compared to what they are now. And so just to give the challenge a little bit more realism, this was something that I added in. A few quick updates and notes from when I was playing off screen. So I do have bad news. Odie unfortunately has passed away. He was getting really, really sick and just wasn't getting better from it even after a couple of days in game, and he eventually passed away from his illness, and everyone in the family was very, very sad. I will miss our sweet lazy boy a lot, but we still have River. River is now a senior dog, so she is getting older, and I think the family is probably going to get another farm dog, another puppy, to keep them company and be their companion. And we also had our fourth child. So Rose and Benjamin welcomed their fourth child. It was a boy, and they named him James after Rose's father. So we have 4 Coates children now, and possibly more on the way, who knows. And then last, before we jump into the game, I found an updated church mod / event and pastor career. So if you remember in the beginning of the series, I had this mod in the game by Pimp My Sims. It was called Get to Church, and unfortunately it hasn't been updated in a while, which was a shame because I really wanted to incorporate that into my gameplay. But I found another mod creator, Kiara, who has a church event, church lot trait, and a pastor career. So today in this episode, we are going to be sending our Sims to church. Let's get into this, y'all. Let's check in with the Coates family and play some Sims. Let's go. All right, welcome back into the Coates household. It is Saturday morning. It is the last day of summer, and we are probably going to have a miserable day today. Forecast of thunderstorms. Benjamin is the first to wake up here, and he's going to take care of his needs, or not. Are you going to take care of your needs? Yep. Okay, great. He's going to take care of his needs and then take care of the farm. I was kind of hoping that today we could have him go on a little fishing trip with Ben Jr., but I don't think that will be able to happen, but that's okay. So Mr. James has woken up. This is our fourth Coates child, who is still a baby. He will be aging up in a couple days on Monday. And he has been a relatively unfussy baby so far, which is good. Oh my God, I realized, by the way, a couple episodes ago, I forgot to tell y'all that I did in fact name the chickens. So the chicken, you can't like name individual chickens. It just treats like the whole chicken coop as one chicken. So I did go with the name Jojo, which was suggested by M. Hennessy. Thank you so much. This house is a mess. I guess that's what happens when you have a lot of Sims in a small space. The clothing piles just pile up. I couldn't think of a better word. I really wanted to think of a better word. Ben Jr. is just autonomously setting the table for breakfast. That's adorable. Can you finish with that last setting, bud? That'd be great. Thank you. That's wonderful. So Alma has been going through a little bit of a phase recently. Let me see if I can get Benjamin to ask her about it. So I think Ben Jr. just autonomously tried to console his sister, and I'm wondering if this is part of the new traits update, because he is a cheerful sim, and so I think he might have been trying to help her calm down because she's a little panicked due to the storm, which is awesome. I really like those little changes that they've made. Alright, so Benjamin has just asked Alma about her phase, and she says, "The world needs to hear me. You can influence me to be quiet and discipline me over loud actions. Just know, the fire inside will never die." So Alma is sort of going through a phase of wanting to be heard and wanting to make her voice heard, which I think if we keep Charlotte Ray in her life, the woman that was the first black female lawyer in the US, if you remember her, that could be someone who could really guide Alma and sort of help her take those ideas and those things that she wants to be heard, and maybe help shape her into someone that makes their voice heard on behalf of other people. Maybe that would be really cool. Alright, so we're just kind of having a cozy day inside and spending time with each other, it looks like. Taking advantage of this bad weather to have some quality family time. Tease about bravery. Oh my goodness. I find these interactions between them so interesting. So something I've noticed about Ben Jr. is that he is a relatively shy boy in the sense that he's pretty reserved outside of his family. Like, Alma really inserts herself into conversations. I almost always find her in the middle of a group telling a story, you know, hamming it up kind of. And Ben Jr. really holds back. Like, he enjoys, you know, school a lot. He has really worked hard at school, and I think it's something that comes naturally to him, is learning and reading and all of that stuff. And Alma is so much better with her peers and making friends, and I think even though he is very socially aware, he is just more quiet than she is. So I think that Ben Jr. might be a little bit jealous of how easily those things come to her, even though, you know, it's not that he can't socialize, it's just that he's a little bit more shy than she is. And so so he'll like tease her from time to time, and I think it comes from this place of a little bit of envy. But she just totally takes it in stride, and it's like, okay, Ben, whatever. Because this family is very close, so I think she understands that he doesn't really mean it in a mean way. Yeah, so they have a good relationship, and I think they just kind of tease each other and joke around with each other. But it's all with love. Play in puddle with river. I want to see this. That's so cute. That is unbelievably cute. What? Little Elijah didn't have dinner before going to bed, so he is a very hungry little lad. But no worries, because his hunger just zoomed up in like 2 bites. Alright, it is Sunday morning and it is the first day of fall. Oh, Benjamin is showing off the new relaxing animation, and he is feeling a little tense because he hasn't been able to exercise early, so we are going to send him for a walk. It is Sunday, so we are going to church today. I set up a church service event. Again, this was thanks to Kiara Sims Mod, and I am really excited to go through it. I set it as a gold event, so that way it should the mod should sort of take us through the different things that you can do at a church service. Okay, we are here at the First Baptist Church of Willow Creek. So this is a build that I did, and it is based off of a reference photo, so off of a real church from the 19th century. And we've got a little stable over here in case anyone needs to hitch up their pony, a house in the back for the Reverend Fraser and his family, and inside, oh, just kidding, you can't see it because I haven't knocked on the door yet. So I set this as a residential lot, which is why I have to go knock on the door. Forgot about that. Anyways, this is the inside of the church, so very simple, just some pews and little Bibles on the pews, the hymns that are going to be sung in church that day, and we've also got the organ up here, as well as some pulpits for the pastor to make his church service greeting. And these are supposed to be like, these are not supposed to be floating like that. That seems to be some kind of a glitch, but anyway, we're gonna ignore that, pretend we do not see it, and let's see what we have here. So main goal is to hug some of your fellow church guests, ask them about their day, talk about different religions, compliment a church outfit. Oh, thank you, David, for cleaning that up. That's really nice. So David is Reverend Fraser's son. He is one of 2 twins that Reverend Fraser and Adeline had. Alma, why don't you come say hello to him? So she would have met him and gotten to know him a little bit through Sunday school and through the church's school. Let's give a proper introduction to David Fraser. Hi. And then why don't you talk about school and get to know him a little bit? Ask him about his day. She learned that he's cheerful. Oh, so he has a similar personality trait to her brother. Why don't you discuss interests? Oh my god. Ben Jr. Absolutely not. Listen, you do not act out in church. If it is one thing that every child should know, it is that you do not act up in church. Don't do it. Why are my children acting out in church? What is going on? Ooh, these kids have not been spanked yet, and it shows. And it shows. Okay. Are you joking? Alma. Alma. Get it together. We are at church. You can't. This is not. You can't do that. She's still going. Y'all, she is still going. I am. This is wild. Can they like influence the other kids to not do because this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, they're just messing up the whole churchyard. Alright, we have spent the whole day at church, and I think the game is finally fed up, so we're gonna send them home. Alright, we are back home after a long day at church, spending time with family. Benjamin has taken it upon himself to make some plantains, even though he was not hungry. I am genuinely... I cannot believe how crazy these kids were acting at church. I really wish that their parents would like punish them autonomously, because that is just something I would never have gotten away with in real life. You could never, like, y'all who went to Sim Church and you know, were taught the ways of Sim Jesus. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You could not go acting out in church and get away with it like that. Like, they were just causing mayhem all over the place with no consequences. That just does not happen. I am bothered. That's just not how it would go down. That's just not how it would go down, not in a million years. Wow. Wow. Oh, that really... I don't think I can ever take my Sims to church again. I cannot believe those kids were acting like that. Listen, let me know down in the comments if I am overreacting, but I just can't. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. All right, Monday morning, another day on the farm. Benjamin is the first one awake as usual. Rose, you're gonna have to put down your food because James needs you. Alright, so we've done better with our sweet corn this time because not all of it has been eaten by the mice, which is good. I think that's also just a product of the weather though, because it's been raining so much, so they haven't been dry at all. Oh right, it's fall, Monday, so the kids have school today. Do they have anything that they need to accomplish? I think he already did his homework. Oh no, he didn't get his homework done. And Alma didn't get her homework done either, but that's okay. Thank you, Alma. She beat her dad to it. She's like, don't worry, I'm gonna help out. Alma has not thrown herself into school quite like her brother has. She definitely prefers to spend time with her family and with her friends, but she is very good at helping out around the house, and I think she sort of takes pride in a way in helping her mom out around the house and doing her part. Well, it has happened again. Benjamin is feeling aches and pains and showing some early signs of the fowl flu. So in roughly a day, he will be feeling the full effects of the fowl flu, and will need to sort of strategically keep him away from Rose and the kids as much as possible so that he doesn't get anybody else sick. But yeah, his head is hurting and he is not feeling good. So I'm gonna send him for a walk. All right, let's age up little James. All right, James is aging up, and he is an inquisitive toddler. Toddlers gain thinking skills slightly faster when they are curious explorers. They are happiest when learning something and sad if they haven't learned anything lately. Oh my God, he's a little cutie. All right, so we've rearranged things a little bit so that we can have our two toddlers on the first floor with Rose and Benjamin. And so Alma has moved upstairs into the loft with her brother. All right, James is getting his first potty lesson, which he is not happy about because he's very tired and would much rather go to sleep. But it is necessary. James. Honestly, she's pretty good. Oh. Well. All right. Well, let's get all the little ones into bed here. And the sick adult into bed as well. I think the laundry can be put away. Thank you, by the way, Benjamin, for doing the laundry, even though you feel terrible. Another early morning in the Coates household. It's 4:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Little Elijah is going to be aging up into a child today, so we're going to have a small celebration for him, and then, oh boy, yep, okay. So Benjamin has a full-blown fowl flu. Fever runs high and the sim sneezes and coughs all day long. Oh my goodness. All right, so Benjamin is feeling the effects of his fowl flu. We've got our dice roll here, and we have to roll a 4 or higher and make sure that he will be okay. So, 19. Benjamin rolled a 19. He is going to be just fine. Carry on about your business and get yourself better. So Rose is going around and doing her share of the work in the garden today since Benjamin is feeling less than great. Oh, I'm gonna have to send her to market after this so that she can make a cake for our little Elijah so he ages up. Ben Jr. just became an A student at school, and so he is doing really well at school. Rose just finished making the cake, so let's put that in our inventory and let's go home.
Okay, we are back home. We've got the candles on the birthday cake, and now we just need the birthday boy. So, Rose, if you could help Elijah blow out the candles. Happy birthday, little man. Yay! Elijah has aged up. All right, I've decided to give Elijah the dog lover trait. There wasn't anything that really stood out strongly to me from when he was a toddler, but he did spend a lot of time with River and Odie, imitating them and playing with them. He is going to be decades inappropriate, but let's take a first look at this cutie. Oh my goodness. What an absolute little cutie. All right. Well, that is going to be it for this episode, I think, today. Yeah, I'm going to end it here.
All right, thanks as always for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. And if you would like to see even more Black History Challenge videos, hit subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.